This is in no way my attempt to justify my comic book obsession. And this story, I really, really like. Artwork, the storytelling. Hello and welcome to another episode of The Pull List. My name is Travis. Let's talk about Wonder Woman. Now, I had a lot of fun watching Wonder Woman this past weekend, so much so that I'm probably going to go see it again in a week or two once the crowds died down. It was funny, emotional, epic. The Amazonian fight scene on the island was amazing. Gal Gadot is a wonderful Diana, which is to be expected because she was one of the few great standout moments of Batman v Superman. And Chris Pine's portrayal of Steve Trevor is a wonderful foil for Diana. References and parallels to other comic book movies, Superman, even Captain America, it all worked. The film works great as a standalone origin story while also building more mythos into the DC cinematic universe. And Warner Brothers has finally shown us that they can give us an epic DC superhero film without direct involvement from Batman or Superman. Gotta hand it to you, Warner Brothers, I thought you were rushing things with your hastily thrown together DCU, but you beat Marvel and Fox to the first female-led superhero punch. It will have taken Marvel 10 years and 21 films to get their first female-led superhero film out there, and DC did it in 4, if you don't count Suicide Squad as a female-led superhero movie. Usually, when a movie makes over $100 million, a sequel is all but guaranteed. And Wonder Woman made over $103 million in its opening weekend, but as it turns out, director Patty Jenkins isn't actually signed on for a sequel yet. According to The Hollywood Reporter, Jenkins and Gadot are contractually obligated for a Wonder Woman sequel, and that the sequel will take place in contemporary times. But everything else that I've read that doesn't take information from The Hollywood Reporter is saying otherwise. Jenkins stated in an interview that she would like the sequel to be set somewhere around the 1930s, and that Jenkins is not actually signed on for Wonder Woman 2, which isn't actually that uncommon for directors, especially with a character that studios feel like they're taking a chance with. Even Warner Brothers has declined to comment on the future of Wonder Woman with their cinematic plans for the character, and as far as we know, Jenkins has not gotten a call to return to the director's chair. But as it turns out, insiders say that buzz for Wonder Woman only just began a couple weeks ago on the lot in Burbank. And because of that, the studio wanted to wait until Wonder Woman's opening weekend to negotiate for a sequel. But if you think about it, not being signed on to be contractually obligated to do Wonder Woman 2 is actually fantastic news for Patty Jenkins. Because of Wonder Woman's amazing opening and fantastic word of mouth, Patty Jenkins definitely has some leverage when it comes to negotiations. Wonder Woman actress Gal Gadot originally signed a 3-picture deal with Warner Brothers back in 2014 to play the character, with reports saying that she would earn $300,000 per film. And with Batman v Superman, Wonder Woman, and the Justice League, perhaps Warner Brothers needs to renegotiate with Gadot to come back and play the character for the Wonder Woman sequel. And if Warner Brothers feels like they need Gadot and Jenkins both on for the Wonder Woman sequel, which, let's be honest, they do, the pair will have a blockbuster of leverage behind them. Jenkins could not only just return to the director's chair, but also have it in her contract that she'd be able to have some control over script treatments in future films in the DCU. In terms of box office performance, Wonder Woman has the 15th best superhero opening weekend of all time. Wonder Woman was able to beat out both Thor films, the first 2 Captain America films, X-Men 3, and the first Iron Man, which is even more impressive because Wonder Woman is a DC Warner Brothers property. The only other DC films that have had opening weekends bigger than 100 million include Man of Steel, Batman v Superman, Dark Knight, Dark Knight Rises, and Suicide Squad. And in terms of superhero origin films opening weekends, Wonder Woman is ranked number 4, only being beaten out by Deadpool, Spider-Man, and Man of Steel. So a Wonder Woman sequel could definitely drive up Gadot's $300,000 price tag just a little bit. But it does seem like Jenkins is definitely ready for a Wonder Woman 2 But it does seem like Patty Jenkins is more than ready to helm a Wonder Woman sequel, saying that she definitely wants it to take place in America. In the comments down below, let me know your thoughts on Wonder Woman and if you're excited for a Wonder Woman sequel. Do you think that Wonder Woman is the shining grace to save the DCU? Or do you think that Wonder Woman was kind of a one-off fluke, like a perfect storm, and that Justice League still just doesn't have any hope? To me, I've been excited about the Wonder Woman film for years, and I was not disappointed. As for Justice League, though, I still think that it's pretty hastily thrown together. I think that there's going to be a lot going on, and that it's going to have a Batman v Superman feel to it, and it's not gonna... I really do want to enjoy DC films, but there's just so much stuff that Warner Brothers ends up doing that it doesn't make any sense. But I do feel like Warner Brothers should flesh out more of their characters in origin story films, because then you don't have to worry about telling the backstory of 3 or 4 characters all in one film when there's supposed to be a conflict and a resolution, and it's just, there's a lot going on. But that's it for this episode of The Pull List. My name is Travis. Thank you for fueling my comic book obsession, and you will see me tomorrow.